Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. Good morning. Let us bow down to Shri Mataji. Raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. Place our left hand on the lap, right on the ground, and we recite Sri Ganesha mantra once. Om Swami Vasakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devye Namo Namaha. Shri Ganesha, I'm going to be worthy of your attention. Please make me innocent so that I'm in your attention. Shri Mataji, you who are Shri Ganesha, please give me wisdom and discrimination. Attention on Muladhara.
नित्यं ध्यायन्ति योगिनः कामदं मोक्षदं चैव ओंकाराय नमो नमः। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
Let us continue to meditate for a while. Let us slowly open our eyes and watch Sri Mataji's talk.
Today is the happiest day for all of you, for the whole universe, because Sri Ganesha was created. He was created to emit auspiciousness through his Chaitanya. First, the whole cosmos was filled with this Chaitanya Srishti. Then Brahmadeva came into play and he created all the matter. But the greatest blessings of the divine power was to symbolize Chaitanya. And this Chaitanya has many aspects, but especially in Sri Ganesha, it is auspiciousness. In these modern times, people have lost the sense of auspiciousness. Everything that emits vibrations, Chaitanya is auspicious, it's Shubha. And whatever does not, is not by any chance auspicious. So first of all, whatever you worship, whatever you accept, all of them have to be auspicious things. Every shape has a coefficients, and all these shapes which you see not necessarily give vibrations. But in the human beings also, we find there are many people like you who have Chaitanya flowing in them. But this Chaitanya, when it flows, we just take Sri Ganesha for granted. We do not understand that we have to awaken Sri Ganesha within us means what? What we have to do? There is Sri Ganesha already existing in you. And as I said, that innocence cannot be lost. So Sri Ganesha is eternal being, eternal child. He cannot be lost and he cannot be destroyed. So he is all the time there. Maybe some clouds of your ill doings are covering the great personality of innocence. But it is always there present. So now, what should we do to keep this Ganesha all the time shining within us is to first remember that you were made in the same pattern as Sri Ganesha. But his Kundalini is on his stomach. His pure desire is on his stomach. It's very significant to understand why it is there that his Kundalini is on his stomach. That means he does not have to conquer the temptations of Muladhara at all. But he has his Kundalini on his stomach. That means he is also beyond the temptations of food, of power, or anything. Because his stomach represents absolute abandonment, absolute freedom. He's not bothered as to how he looks, that these days there's a big fashion that you cannot have a big belly. I mean, this is becoming a big, not only fashion, but a big business. But as age grows, you have to have. Even small children have that, and they look so sweet. Those people who are very thin must understand that they might be getting some prizes in the maybe beauty contest or something, but they do not have that majesty, that royalty, that dignity in them as they should have. So Sri Ganesha accepts everything. He has a head with a trunk. He accepts it. Of course, it's important, he should have that, because head of the elephant suggests that he's not like a human being who develops ego, superego conditionings, but he is just all the time one with the divine. He accepts his body, he accepts his head, he accepts his ears, he accepts everything that he is made of. He doesn't aspire to something. Some entrepreneurs put some ideas and he won't go run after them. He won't try to change himself. He won't try to create that fashion and all that. He is what he is. Because he is a satisfied soul. The Kundalini on the stomach shows a complete, self-contented, satisfied personality of Sri Ganesha. When you have all the powers within you, you know you are powerful, then you don't hanker after all these things. And you don't try to make a position or an impression of others. For example, he would never go and read books like how to impress people. Very common. So now as you are created in the same image of Sri Ganesh, you have to understand that you have to accept whatever God has given you. Whatever position he has given you. Same with Christ. Christ accepted his father who was just a carpenter. He didn't aspire for something higher or some sort of a special position or a power, because he was so powerful. What more power can he have? Though people mocked at him and laughed at him and could not accept what he was saying. But still, he was self-contented, self-satisfied. He knew what it was. So for a Sahaja-yogi, the first thing is to be self-contented. As I told you, the fundamentals of the Western life is to see and to be seen. Both things were missing completely in the incarnation of Sri Ganesha. So when I say these things, suddenly people start thinking, let us become hippies. Or let them become punks, let us become this, let us become that. You don't have to become anything. Whatever you have, your body, your face, your hair, everything is there. just meant for you. You don't have to change anything outwardly, because inside is complete Chaitanya. Sri Ganesha never tried to change himself, though there were so many clouds on his being, though many people insulted him, tortured him, hanged him, crucified him, still the eternal being didn't bother. So the first and foremost thing for a Sahajogi is to accept. Go on accepting things. But when I say accept, I must say the other side also. That doesn't mean you start accepting booths, all the bad qualities of others. Mother, you said you must accept, so they start accepting all these bad qualities. What's wrong? You have said it already. Whatever I say has another side, always. Like I said, now you have become your own guru. So, why should we listen to anybody else? Like this, see, we go on diverting ourselves, deviating ourselves from reality just to cheat ourselves. And this comes because we have no wisdom. We have no wisdom because we do not know what is for our benevolence, what is for our good, what we should do for our good, and even if we know, we don't want to do it. So what we lack is wisdom. Now it's a vicious circle, I must say, that Ganesha is to be awakened to give you wisdom. He is the giver of wisdom. He is the giver of wisdom. And he has to give you the wisdom. He is to be awakened. But you are not wise because he is not awakened. It's a very vicious circle. How to make this vicious circle break? That let my wisdom shine in my attention. Let Sri Ganesha throw his light in my attention. Mentally, you people are very alert, no doubt. And you can always cheat yourself nicely. That's the point where you could see yourself, introspection, which I have seen among Russians. Just introspect. Why do I do like that? Why cannot I meditate? Am I going to miss out? Why cannot not do something that is good for me? Introspection is the only way you can see yourself, how far you are from Sri Ganesha. Even I have seen when I say something in general, people always, the mind is very clever, thinks that I am talking about somebody else, not about them. It's a convex mind, convex, which never receives anything inside itself because there is no wisdom. If you are wise, then not only that you will accept, but you will understand, and it will penetrate into your attention through your central nervous system. You just know that this is it. Now, you know that this, if you put your hand towards this candle, your fingers might burn. You know it definitely with experience. And you won't do that. With experience, you have learned not to put your hand onto the candle. And this wisdom is there. I don't have to tell you that. But this is a new life you have started, a spiritual life. When you are going into the spiritual life, try to remember your experiences. One after another. How you got transformed, how you changed, how many the bad things that you had disappeared gradually, and how you have become so nice. This will take away your depression to begin with. Then you should think that, what do I have to do further? Am I really wise or am I stupid? There are lots of stages between absolute stupidity and absolute wisdom. And you see all those shades all over. And combinations and permutations of these I see every day. And I'm surprised that after getting your self-realization, when Sri Ganesha is shining in your attention, you should see your reflection clearly and try to correct it. Only this much wisdom if you have, that I have to work out my benevolence, you will do it. I know of somebody who could never get up in the morning, say for example. But one day I saw him ready at about 6 o'clock in the morning. I was surprised how this gentleman who has no self-discipline has suddenly got up at 6 o'clock and ready to go somewhere. I said, where are you going? You don't know? I said, what? I have got a job now and I have to be present by 8 o'clock and it will take 2 hours to reach that place. Also, I'm keeping some margin, so I have to leave now. I can't talk to you even. Quite alert, awake. Now, what is the thing is, as far as money is concerned, lot of wisdom is there. Don't have to tell them. That is automatically. Money wisdom is quite a lot. Job wisdom is quite a lot. Because these things means prestige in the society. This means security in the society. So this kind of business you find in many people. And in some, even that is missing. They don't even understand that they have to earn their living. But that's the minimum. You cannot be parasite. Then the second stage, as I said, by many stages is this, that we are not for money, money is for us. The attention, if it is on your spirit, on the Ganesha principle, then whole situation will change. Your priorities will change. And suddenly, people will say, Mother, what has happened to this gentleman? He was a stupid fool, now he's become such a wise person. So to awaken Sri Ganesha, you should have minimum wisdom already there. I mean, even if that is not there, how can you work it out? It's not meant for stupid people, moodhas, it's not meant for mood. So now what is our benevolence? Let us see. Is it money? No. Those who have money don't seem to be very happy people always. Then what is the next? Is jobs, those who have jobs. All right, you should have jobs. I'm not saying you should be jobless. I mean, immediately another side they'll take. I mean, so quick, you know. That mother is saying we can be jobless, you see, nice. Immediate escapes. Now then the power. We want to have political power, social power, this power, that power, is absolutely a joyless pursuit. You go and see those people who are supposed to be powerful, so-called. Halfway they are towards self, 1 foot there and 1 foot here, and about to be gulped down by the crocodiles. You can see it clearly. Especially in this Kali Yuga, it's so obvious, so clear-cut. We don't want to be like them, we want to be like Sri Ganesh. So once you start accepting your circumstances, accepting your body, you're accepting your face, everything, you will see that a lot of time will be saved. Another problem that faces us is planning. And that is missing in Sri Ganesha completely. He did not do any planning whatsoever. I wish he had done some planning, things would have been much better. He doesn't believe in planning because he's so powerful. Whatever he wants, he can get it done. You want the sun, all right, the sun is there. You want the moon, moon is there. You want the stars, stars is there. The dust of his feet can create the whole universe. Universes after universe. For such a person, there is no need to be planning everything because whatever he wants happens. But why? Why it happens? Why he has this power? Because he is in that state. Are you in that state? You have not achieved that state. You tell somebody that, oh my, I have to go and catch the plane. There are 10 people standing next to you, they'll all get panicky. I have to go and they are bothered. Something sort of goes off their heads. I don't know what goes, they go amok. I never tell them like that. I say, there's still time for the plane to go. And don't worry. When I reach there, then the plane will leave. So you don't worry. But because of this kind of presumptions and the planning system of the mind, you just think that now I have a plan to go today. I must go. Why? I won't go. I may decide at the last minute I don't want to go. I'll make the plane go away. We did that many a times, you know very well. I wanted to buy the Rome ashram, so I saw to it that the plane never arrived. But you have to be in that state. especially buying this Kabila, you know what happened. There were 5 great intellectuals on my head sitting. I didn't know how I'll manage these 5 intellectuals with all their planning, this, that. They made me run up and down, do this and that. Ultimately, they all had to come in. But I was telling them, go and have a look. Nobody would look at it. Nobody would listen to me. Nobody wanted to know about it. How things work out is your pure desire that can work out anything that you want. But you won't want funny things also. Like Sri Ganesha would not like to follow some entrepreneur who's saying, have a punk on your head or something. It's stupidity, all kinds of stupidities. Because we are stupid, these entrepreneurs are having a good time. They can befool us all the time. At his state, he is himself on top of the pure desire. The pure desire is on his stomach, tied up nicely. It is to be seen in Sahaja Yoga how things work out, how miraculously they work out. And these can happen to you also. All these powers can come to you also. You know about some people who came to us who didn't know even how to sing. I mean, they had no voices. Something very funny they had. I mean, I didn't know from where they learned to even talk. When they opened their mouths, if you were at one note, they were on another note. And they were on and on and on without even listening to what they were singing. After some time, I find they are singing beautifully. So the Kundalini itself is working it out. The pure desire is working it out for you. But what about you? What are you doing about it? Is to be seen. There are so many things that could be understood very easily through the life style of Sri Ganesha. The first and foremost thing for him is to obey his mother. Never to say no, no question, and also not to ask why. He will go and fight with all the gods and goddesses and everyone. And that's what Christ has said. Anything against me I have tolerated, but nothing against the Holy Ghost. There should be no question. There should be no explanation. Sometimes even my patience goes out. The way they do not want to accept what I am telling them. At the end, of course, they all come round, no doubt, at the end. But you waste so much time convincing them. What is the reason? They have no wisdom to know what their mother is. Like you know the story of Sri Ganesha, that his mother said, the one who goes round the Mother Earth, I will give you a present. So, Ganesha again accepts a little mouse as a transport. Imagine. Nowadays, people can't believe it. Sri Ganesha, so powerful, should accept just a mouse for his transport because he's so humble. He doesn't have to show off his Lincoln or Mercedes to anyone. He's very comfortable with his mouse. Now what does he do? He thinks that he understands in no time that his mother is much greater than the Mother Earth. So why should I go around the Mother Earth? His brother is going around on a peacock. He just goes round his mother. He gets the present. It's such a simple thing to understand because he is the wisest person. The wisest person knows what is what. He knows who is who. He knows what are the qualities of these persons. He is not impressed by superficial things. No. If somebody is well dressed, then people get very much impressed by them. And they turn out to be bank robbers, walking with umbrellas and lined suits as if some big executives are coming, and they decamp with all the loot. So for a wise person, the superficial behavior doesn't appeal, not bother. It is a kind of a very penetrating intelligence, just like a computer, you know. In a second you know that what is this gentleman. Oh, he may come with a great ado, and he might come and praise you and do this and do that. And you know the person very well. If somebody is unduly very friendly, very kind, very nice, not necessarily that he is really appreciating you, but he is looking at your purse maybe, maybe something else. But not only on this level, it is even on a spiritual level we have to understand how people try to put you down spiritually. What they try, what tricks they try on you. It could be your husband, your wife, your children, your relations, your friends, anybody, any surgery. But in the case of Sri Ganesha, it's the other way round. They say that if you put one apple, bad apple, all the apples get spoiled. But if you put Sri Ganesha among all the bad apples, they'll get all right. Because he is the life-giving force. This is one of the greatest qualities, that he knows that he is the source of life and he gives life, he gives Chaitanya. He doesn't think that now supposing I give Chaitanya, give life to this person, my ego will come up. Very common problem. Mother, I don't want to do it because my ego will come up. Everybody is psychoanalyzing themselves. Because this will happen. Baba, you are all realized souls now. You are all saints. The false people are talking so big, and you, the people who have got something, are still thinking, my ego will come up, this will happen. No, no, you have the powers. But as you keep it under a measure, as Christ has said, the light will go out. You have to give it to others. You have to open it out. And that is how you will judge your state. What is my state? Let's see. Where am I? That confidence, take it from me, should be with you. All of you have to work out this way.
In this meditative state, let's continue to meditate for a while. Shri Mataji, thank you for your Nima Vidya and emancipations. Thank you for giving us self-realization. Please continue to give us strength so that we can ascend spiritually. Thank you, Mother. Let's collectively raise Kundalini and put ourselves in Bandhan.